So you just bought your dream home, and now it's time to move. Let's face it, nobody likes to move. All the packing, unpacking, lifting, upstairs, downstairs, and broking everything, including your back. Let the professionals at EJA Moving Company take all the stress and pain out of your move. Competitively priced moving, relocation services, office moves, and complete packing and unpacking services. They work with everybody to make it simple and easy for you to move and relocate. Call EJA Moving Company at 315-335-0516. When it's time to relocate, have EJA Moving do all the work for you. Hit them up online, ejamoving.com.
Hey, Disruption Network. This is Mike Sacco, the general manager at Nye Volkswagen of Rome. If you don't know me by name, it's only because you have not received the best deal. There's only one reason to leave Utica, and that's to come see me in Rome and get the best deal on your next new, pre-owned, or certified VW. Mention that you heard this ad from Disruption Network and receive $250 off your next vehicle purchase. You'll know why our customers say, I love my Nye VW. Come see us at 5865 Rome Taberg Road in Rome, or visit us online at nyvwofrome.com.
Join us Saturday, October 13th, as Disruption Network and Doughboy Barbecue presents Trip Fest 2 at the Jewish Community Center, 2310 Oneida Street in Utica. A night to pay homage to Vinny, Captain Trip Moriel. Utica icon, yo! Come pick through all Captain Trip's personal treasures, local artist display, food from Doughboy Barbecue, beer, wine, and live music. Bands include, after a 24-year hiatus, the return of Taurus, Kate Devin, The Crazy Fools, Thunderwatt, and a 315 All-Star tribute to the Grateful Dead. Tickets are $10 in advance and $15 at the door. Partial proceeds to benefit Laney's Army. Doors open at 6 o'clock. Taurus kicks it all off at 6:30. It's Trip Fest 2, Saturday, October 13th. Trip Fest 2 is sponsored by Nye Volkswagen of Rome, 92.7 FM The Drive, Priceless Inspection, Donato Appraisal Services, Dr. Scott Domenico, and Saranac Brewery.
The Property Sisters of the Mohawk Valley was born when three top producing agents with over 25 years of combined experience selling real estate joined forces to take real estate to the next level. We practice with honesty, integrity, and the knowledge to help make the buying and selling process easy and stress-free for all of our clients. We pledge to always make our clients our top priority from start to finish and even after the house is closed. We will always be a valued resource for information and assistance for our buyers and sellers. Our customers over the years have become not only past clients, but great friends. As we join hands together as the Property Sisters of the Mohawk Valley, we look forward to serving our clients and our community and making a positive difference. You can reach us at 315-601-9630 for all of your real estate needs.
The following is a presentation of Disruption Networks.
Disruption Networks. EC Radio. Disruption Networks. YOLO infidels, that's right. It's Hacker Hameen.
This is Al Schneer from the band Mo.
Hey, this is Corey Lover from Living Color.
You're listening to EC Radio.
Live on EC Radio with the Z-Man. So take the pizza out of your fat moron mouth. Sit back and listen before I give you a $5 face slap. You'll never forget, infidels. YOLO.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to EC Radio. This is Chikn and Addy taking over for Z. Z is on tour again. I believe he's in Buffalo this week.
Poor Z.
You never know. We're going to play a game. We're in the world of Z.
We should.
We
That
should.
would be fun.
I think it would be a
You
good
can
idea.
just send us pictures of obscure landmarks.
Right, if you see Z, yeah, you got to take a picture. Like, yeah, there you go. And then you can win a prize or something.
I like that.
Like, where in the world is
Let's
Z?
start it now. We can't. We already told them where they were. He was. Damn.
Yeah, but Buffalo's a big town.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, they can go out there and search for him.
What's the prize going to be?
We have to think about it.
We do.
Maybe a, I don't know, something from Doughboy's Barbecue, maybe.
There you go.
You know, maybe a Frito Bandito or something.
Perfect.
You know, I think we can do this. Where in the world is Z? He's all over the place, man. So yeah, Eddie, we were day 2 taking
Day 2?
over. I'm glad you can see me today. You can see me, right?
I can see you.
All right, cool. Because according to all the people cutting me off in traffic today, I thought I was invisible. I like seriously, like just pull right out in front of me, like I wasn't even there. Like I had to honk my horn. Mm-hmm. I'm like, and you know me, I take everything in stride. Oh no,
I'm sure you weren't swearing or
Oh,
flipping
no.
anybody off at
Not
all.
at all. No F-bombs, no middle fingers. You know, I take everything right in stride. No, that really pissed me off.
See, now that I have the Property Sisters plates, I kind of can't flip everybody off, so I just kind of mutter under my breath.
when I used to have to work out in Syracuse, that was like my daily commute. I was like giving somebody the bird like every single day because I just amazes me how bad drivers are out there. Like they'll cut right out in front of you. They'll like you're not even there, or they'll go in the left lane the same speed as a slow ass next to them, and it's like move over.
You're holding up traffic.
You're holding up traffic. I got to get to work. Get the hell out of my way.
I've had days where I just want to go to the DMV, grab a bunch of the driving instruction manuals, and just whip them at people.
Oh yeah,
At Mohawk Street, turning onto the Parkway.
I avoid
is one of my
Mohawk
worst.
Street. I avoid Mohawk Street as much as I can because like the upper part's not so bad. You get the lower part of Mohawk Street, and people just lose their minds.
People cannot comprehend how to pull into a 2-lane road.
No.
You pull into the lane closest to you. That is your lane. Otherwise, you're in my way.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason I moved to the far lane when I see you trying to get onto the Parkway.
And if you're turning left, pull under the light and then go. Don't sit there and wait and hold everybody up.
I know, my God. I drive with my knee a little bit. Look, Joel, did you die?
Did you die? That's what I tell people. Did you die? And it just, I have road rage bad, like really bad. And it just drives me nuts when these people are just so goddamn like.
Yeah.
I had a woman, was it last, I think it was in the spring. I had my brother and my niece in the car. I was leaving the gym. So she's next to me and I'm like, waiting for her to get in the car. She's like really close, so I couldn't pull out. She had the doors open. She's putting a baby in the back seat. So I'm like, all right, I'll let her go through. So she's done loading the kid in there, so I start pulling out. So as I'm backing out of the car, she starts backing up. So I'm like, what the hell is she doing? So I start honking the horn because there's nowhere for me to go. I'm like halfway out in the lane, and she keeps coming and coming and coming. I'm laying on the horn. Boom, she hits me. Backs right into me. I'm like, are you out of your freaking mind, lady? So I get out of the car. I'm looking at it. I'm like, all right, there's no damage. And she's like, okay, you could just go. I'm like, excuse me? She's like, you can go now. I'm like, whoa. Like, we're like,
you
like,
just hit me.
Right. I'm like, what the hell? And she's like, you want me to call the cops? I'm like, you hit me.
So yeah, kind of I do.
Call the cops. Absolutely.
I didn't, but now your attitude makes me want you.
Absolutely. And she's giving me this like death look. I'm like, you hit me. No, you backed it. You rear-ended me. I'm like, lady, look at the way I'm sitting in the car. There is absolutely no way possible that I would be able to run into you. You backed into me.
I'm behind you.
I got 2 other witnesses right here that'll say the same exact thing, that I was laying on the horn. And I don't know if she was just having a really bad day and she was absent-minded, or maybe she was under the influence of something, but like she was so absent-minded. And here's the thing. She had a baby in the car.
That's scary.
That's the scary part. I was almost, if I wasn't late already, I would have waited for a cop to come because she had a kid in the car. Mm-hmm. And now you're putting that kid in danger.
Right. See, the last time I was backed into, I was running late. It was, of course, leaving Duncan and Golden Hammer, one of his guys.
Golden
Hammer Construction. I like those guys, and this is what
that's
actually
a cool name.
This is the first time after this was the first time I used him, and it was because of how he handled it. So I was running late. I was going to a closing over in Felt Evans and Clinton, leaving New Hartford, Seneca Turnpike, Duncan, and I don't know what he was thinking, but I was right behind him, and he just started to back up, and with the trailer, it took out like the whole front side.
Oh man,
the fender, the hood, the light, everything, and I'm like, shit. So I'm like, look, I'm in a wicked big hurry. Just give me take out your license, your registration. I took pictures of them. And I took a picture of, the accident scene and this and that, and then the number to call Golden Hammer. So I called him and I said, okay, this is what happened and blah, blah, blah. And he says, okay, here's my insurance. Just call the insurance and do a claim. I was like, he really could have made it difficult and said, my guy didn't hit you or anything, but he handled it so well. And I was so impressed that I started using him for, recommending him to clients.
Right. And this lady that, like, had she got him like, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
It's
my mind
all
was
how you
somewhere else.
handle
I'm like,
things.
all right, and I'm a reasonable person.
Well,
You know what I mean?
accidents happen.
Exactly. I would have
And
been
you're
like,
not perfect.
it's cool.
No
I understand. No harm to no damage to the car. Nobody was hurt.
Right.
Okay. But then when she gets out and she's like, give me the bitch face. And I was like, whoa. And like, oh, you can just go now. I was like, lady.
Don't dismiss me.
I may have called her something that rhymed with witch. But but the other one that really twerked me was I used to have a BMW X5. I loved that truck. Loved it. And I was coming down Seneca Turnpike right where you were talking about, right in front of the Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah.
And there was a line of cars all in the left lane. So I decided to go into the right lane. I was driving by, and out of nowhere, a Mercedes comes right out in front of me. Boom, I T-boned him.
Oh.
Like, I had no time to even do anything. It just came out of nowhere. And I'm like, what the hell? And the kid gets out and he's grabbing his neck. He's like, oh, my neck.
Oh, God.
And I'm like, so I'm on the phone with 911. And I'm like, is your neck hurt? You need an ambulance? He's like, oh, my neck. And I'm like, you do realize this was your fault, right? Like, you cut out in front of me.
And all of a sudden he felt better.
His neck was fine. Yeah, all of a sudden his neck was fine. And come to find out, some woman, he was turning left to go into the Dunkin' Donuts, and she stopped in the middle of traffic and waved him on.
Idiot.
What a moron. She waved him on. You're like, you're going to stop 2 lanes of traffic when there's no light or anything. Like,
No, it's-
if you just kept going, minding your own damn business, he would have been able to turn in like a couple seconds.
Yeah.
He would have been fine.
But shame on him, too. Why are you listening to this idiot? You're in control
Right.
of your car.
Exactly.
You know what you should be doing.
So, and right behind her was a big DPW truck.
Oh, God.
So, like, there was no way I could even see him.
No.
And luckily, the guy from the DPW pulled over and filled out a report.
Right.
So
he could deal
thankfully,
with this.
yeah, it was all on him, which she just skated off and went about her day. Caused an accident. Yep. So I was like, you son of a bitch. So people, just pay attention when you're driving.
Yeah,
you know what
please. And if you're not sure of the rules of the road, DMV has a lot of books for you.
Yeah.
Or I'll whip one at you.
And if you're over 100, maybe you should stop driving. I'm sorry. But I'm a big on, I feel like people over 70 should be retested every 4 to 5 years. Because
I agree, there are a lot of people that shouldn't be driving, young and old.
True.
That really shouldn't be driving.
But I think as you get older, I mean, you just get a little more absent-minded, and everyone feels like, well, you're discriminating against the old. No, I'm trying to keep people safe.
I honestly think we shouldn't drive realtors because we've got about 75 million things on our mind, and
I know the feeling.
Distracted driving.
So you need like a driver.
Yeah, Emily did work with me for one summer as my driver.
Really?
It was awesome.
So you need a Tesla. They just drives themselves.
I was looking at a Tesla. It's just not long range enough. I mean, I can't just recharge it all the time.
Yeah. Well, you got
I can
a Volkswagen.
barely find time to go and get gas.
But you got a Volkswagen.
I know.
So that's pretty good. I mean, we test drove one of those bad boys. Remember? Oh, that was a lot of fun.
I love it. It's a smart car. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
By the
smarter than I am.
Control.
Yeah, I was like, that was kind of cool because it was like
Isn't it?
You didn't have to touch anything. It just slowed down on its own, sped up on its own.
Right. So if you
followed
do
the
get
lanes.
distracted, especially like long distance driving, that is like, I love that tool. See, I call it a tool.
A tool.
It is. It's a tool. I'm telling you.
It was
so
cool.
I set my cruise and I drive along, and when somebody cuts me off or gets in front of me, it slows me down, and then it speeds me right back up to my speed.
I was a little nervous when I hit the lanes and it redirected us. I was like, holy shit.
Yep.
That was
the
like
lane control.
I'm like not touching the wheel. I'm like, I don't know. My hands up and my foot's right above the brake, and like it did what it was supposed to.
When
do.
we got to the stoplight.
Yeah.
You almost shit yourself. I'm like, no, don't touch it. Don't touch it.
I'm like,
but I have to. It's funny because my husband the other day, where the hell were we going? Somewhere, and I had the cruise set, and I'm just like la 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 la, and it's slowing me down and speeding me up. And he goes, "You have a lot of faith in that, don't you?" I go, "Yes, I do, because I use it every day."
It's really cool. I was like amazed when we first test drove that, and I'm like, I could really get used to this, because I'm distracted. I do things when I'm not supposed to do when I'm driving, checking my phone and things like that. And you have to.
My phone goes off constantly.
I drive 40 minutes every day down here and back.
I drive all day, every day.
Right. See? So, like, your car's your office.
Yep.
You go in my car right now, it's like an office right now.
There's
papers everywhere, clothing. I
Dunkin'
got
cups.
tubes and camping chairs and... I'm all ready to go camping, to
mine
work.
Is all paperwork, signs, and Dunkin' cups.
I got a cone back there. I don't know where that came from. So I got all kinds of shit. But, I tell everybody, go test drive one of these Volkswagens. And when you do, stop in at the showroom at 5865 Taberg in Rome and see why everybody loves their Nye Volkswagen. Nye Volkswagen in Rome, mention Disruption Network and receive $250 off any purchase off the online pricing. So $250 off the online pricing. Check out their inventory.
We're so cool.
It's so cool. It's awesome. That's a great deal, man.
Yeah.
$250. It's like your first payment. Mm-hmm. So you get your first payment free, essentially.
Yeah.
So check out their inventory at nivwofrome.com and talk to Mike Sacco and his crew, man. They'll hook you up. Tell them you seen them on the D, and they'll give you that $250 discount.
And you'll love your VW.
You'll love it. Test drive it. Check. Tell them you want to test out what was it, the cruise control and what was the other one called? Lane assist.
Yeah. My husband tried to bribe me into a Porsche Cayenne, just because he's like, well, you're in real estate. You need something a little flashier. And I'm like,
you want to come off as a douche?
They're ugly. I don't know. I don't care for them. And then the BMW, I'm like, my partners drive BMWs and now we have the plates. And I'm like, well, I should get one. And then everyone's like, it's the ultimate driving machine, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, but you know what it doesn't have? That cruise control. It doesn't have it.
And Beamers,
collision protection.
And Beamers, you can't really put car starters in.
No.
Something about the engineering.
Well, it's the German engineering too, because I mean, my friend Joe at Big Apple will put a car starter in it for me. It always has issues. There's always like a light on or something, and he has to like tweak it. I mean, he always gets it. Now, I haven't broke his balls on this one.
I wonder if it's any different with the ones with your phone. You know how you can access it with your phone?
Oh, I don't know.
I wonder if that's a little different.
I don't know. We'll have to ask Joe.
What's up, Frank? Frank Casanova. Frank Carentz from Frankenstein Casanova and the Voodoo Machine. I think I got it right.
You did. Hey, Frank. How are you?
Frank was our guest yesterday. A lot of really cool, interesting stuff he was talking about yesterday.
That was a good conversation.
They halfway through, I'm like, oh, wait, you did swallow fire and breathe fire, right? And he's like, dude, I don't know. A lot of balls, man. I would never try that.
I have to rewatch that just to see my face because I think I was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that was like...
And you haven't scalded the roof of your mouth yet.
Right? I'm like, how do you not burn the shit out of your mouth?
I know. I'm like, I don't know. I guess I'll have to see it like in slow motion or something.
Right? Like, I kind of want to witness him do it. Casanova, Frankenstein, and the Voodoo Machine. Yes, I did. I did say it right. Sweet.
Yeah, he'll have to breathe fire next time he comes in.
This is just as bad
maybe
as
outside.
Trampoline jet stream, which I finally got right. Right?
That's not even a hard one.
Yeah, but I always call it jet stream trampoline jet stream. And Casanova, Frankenstein, and the Voodoo Machine. Wow, that would be one hell of a lineup, huh?
Yeah, it would.
It'd be one tongue twister to try and announce that band lineup.
You'd be screwed. You would not be doing the announcements. We need that to Z.
Z, you're doing these. He would say I'm all screwed up too, I think, because, wow, that's a tongue twister. Throw in, some of these other bands. Like, that's where one of the coolest things I like about bands is coming up with different band names. You know, like Sandpaper Handjob.
Yeah, see, he will come in and eat fire for us.
Dude, you're going to have to. Now you said it, we're going to have to make this happen.
Yeah, because now I'm like really interested.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was just like, really?
Now I got to see it.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's one of those things.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to have to spit baking soda. Well, lamp oil now.
Lamp oil.
But we'll do that outside on a non-windy day.
Yeah. Not on a windy day. That's very important. As he said before, singe half his beard. I still think that's why he didn't have a mustache.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
I think it's a smarter move. Just shave it.
And I think that's what happened to the top of his head while he was,
Probably. More than likely.
But that's going to have to happen, Frank. We're going to call you out on that. Definitely going to have to eat some fire. Maybe,
really
who knows?
Cool.
Maybe the D anniversary party part 2.
Oh.
You know, so there's going to be one of those, folks.
Yeah, second annual.
Second annual. The first one was killer.
Yeah, it was.
First one we had
That
a
was
blast.
so much fun.
And that kind of led into the EC reunion party because there were so many people from the EC that showed up, and
they all started talking about it.
Yep, and it kind of got us like, wow, that was really cool to look around the
Maybe we'll
room.
have to do a second annual EC reunion, too.
Oh yeah, I think we're gonna have to do that one of those too. And shout out to the guys over at Wakely's for allowing us to bring that party over. And
that was nice.
It was a great time. It brought me back to the days of the EC when you walked around and you look around the whole room and you knew everybody.
Yeah.
And everybody was friends. And I mean, you go to bars now and people know each other, but like everybody was friends. Yeah.
Yeah. Like every time you turned around, you had a 10-minute conversation with somebody.
Absolutely.
I was leaving for I think about an hour and a half. It took me that long to get from one end of the bar to the door.
You didn't do the Irish goodbye? You almost have to sometimes. You almost go like, Psst, I'm out for a smoke. Bye, see ya.
Yeah, I did like when we got to the end. Because I made it like halfway around the bar and I was like probably 30 feet from the door. And I'm like, okay, if someone else buys me a shot or a beer, I swear to God, you're carrying me out of here. He's like, you want to go have a smoke? And we didn't even smoke anymore at that time. I'm like, yes, I do.
Yep. I know my mom was there and a few of my other friends, and I'm like, I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to tell you right off. I cannot. I'm going to be all over the place.
Yeah, they're going to need more UC, though.
Oh, yes.
We ran out of UC early.
I try to tell them, I'm like, this is a UC crowd.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm
totally.
Like, don't worry about any of the other stuff. Don't worry about your Bud Light and all that crap. UC. Mm-hmm. You know, you need a ton of UC.
Just get a direct line from the brewery and just have them keep bringing it up.
Well, they had it on tap. They still had it on tap. And,
but you know the bottle babies.
I'm a bottle baby.
Yeah,
I am.
my husband is too.
I'm a bottle guy. If I get bottle, draft, or cans, I'm going bottle all day.
Yeah, me too.
And then I usually go for the cans over the draft. I'm not a draft beer fan because I burn by... At Wakely's, I'll drink their tap. Mm-hmm. I'll drink off tap because, you know, their lines are clean. It's a great, fresh tasting beer. But I've been burned by a few bad
disgusting
drafts.
When you get taps that haven't been clean.
You get that sour taste and it's kind of warm. You're like, ugh, no
and you can just imagine what's growing in those lines.
Oh, right.
It's like, ugh.
You get all like phlegmy.
Oh, it's gross.
You ever see them clean those traps? Ugh.
Oh, God, yes. Oh, I tended bar for 18 years.
Did,
yeah.
right? You know.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like snot.
So gross. I can't do it. I can't drink draft beer.
I can only drink draft beer if I know it's going to be clean.
Yeah, I still can't. It's just, it's in there. It's in there mentally.
My buddy Len used to live right behind the electric company. We used to call his house the backstage. And every year for St. Patty's Day, we would, he had like one of those chest freezers, and we put a keg in there and make a kegerator. And I will tell you, that's the best tasting UC I probably ever have. Because it was like short lines, clean, like
ice cold,
perfect.
Yeah, that's the only way to do it, though.
Yep. Other than that, bottles. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, you don't have to worry about putting shit in your drink, spilling your drink, all that shit.
Right.
And cans just don't taste quite as good.
No, it's the tinny taste.
Mm-hmm. They're convenient and they get cold quick, but...
Yeah, no, it's a bottle. I like bottles.
Bottles. And that's what I tell people. Drink UC, drink it in a bottle. Mm-hmm. It'll change your whole opinion of Utica Club.
You know, we need to get more bars serving UC Light.
That is true.
You know,
UC Light.
You can't go out and have a UC Light.
I like,
and every place I go, I ask.
It's one of the few light beers I actually enjoy, and it's a good camping beer. You know,
see, I don't camp, but I'll take your word for it.
You know, just when I start to like you,
you're everywhere.
I like it because, like, when I'm camping, you know, you wake up in the morning, 12, you know, like by noon, you're cracking open your first beer, doing whatever you're doing, kayaking, whatever, and then you're gonna go all night because you're gonna be around campfire. If I drink regular UCs, I'm shit faced by 5 o'clock. Yeah, but UC Light, I can maintain.
Yep.
You know,
and they're not as heavy.
No,
they don't fill you up as much.
Nail Creek carries UC Light. Thanks, Dave.
I know Nail Creek does. That's why it's one of my favorite places.
I knew Dave would know where UC Light was, but you're right. They should carry more UC
Harp
Light.
carries it because I think that's Tom's drink. I think Tom Powers likes UC Light. So they do carry it inside, not outside, just in case you need to know.
And like being on a boat, when I'm on the boat, you know, like you want to have a few beers, you tend to drink a little bit more than, you know, so you don't get as hammered.
Yep.
So UC Light, man, check it out because
I know. Get it in the bars.
Get in the bars, get in the Disruption.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they could send some over.
Yeah, you know, we won't mind a UC Light in here.
Yeah, especially since you're getting all svelte and everything.
Svelte?
Yeah, you got to watch your figure.
Oh, I've never been called svelte before. Is that good?
That's good.
Somebody called me a bae once. I didn't know what that meant. Is that good?
That's the babe without the other B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I
not
don't
down.
know.
I can't call
I think
anybody
it's kind
bae.
of stupid.
I can't call anybody bae
It
or
was a
boo.
compliment. So.
Yeah, it was a compliment. Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Hopefully it was a girl.
Yeah, that would
I have
be,
no idea. To tell
that
you the
would be
truth.
better.
But I'm never going to call anybody a bae or a boo.
No.
No, just not happening.
Mm-mm.
Just can't do it.
No, I don't like that.
Do you know any pet names?
No, not really.
Boom, boom, kitty fuck.
Babe. I call my husband babe.
Babe.
Babe. I call everybody honey.
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 You know, and
It goes back to Tunny Bar.
there's some people that get so angry with that.
Oh, yeah.
Especially women. You call them a honey and they're like, I'm not your freaking honey.
Oh, I had one guy, we were out and I had a few beers and he wanted to talk real estate. I said, look, honey, I can't talk real estate when I'm drinking. It's not good. He says, oh, yeah, don't call me honey. I don't like that. I said, yeah, you know what? I don't think we're going to be working together because that's just how I am.
Wow.
Have a good night, though. And I was just like, sorry, that's who I am. That's how I am. And you're kind of a jerk.
People need to relax. You know, somebody calls you honey. It's not like they're not
No, I wasn't.
being insulting. They're not trying to, like, I hear people like, I'm not your freaking honey. You shouldn't call me honey. Or they get so mad. And if a guy calls a girl honey, then it's like demeaning. It's, you know, you're like, no, I don't think so.
It's a word.
But some people get so offended by it.
Yeah,
I think people just need to relax.
I don't get offended by much.
Frank says, bae, bitch always eating. Oh, okay.
So,
Damn.
no, it wasn't a compliment. Sorry.
They're like, chicken's a fat ass. Basically what they're saying.
He needs that UC light.
Yeah, right. You see light and stop eating. Do some cardio. Yeah, that shit drives me nuts when people get so upset about, like, because
stupid things. I think John Liebing actually just had a post about that.
I called somebody bro once, and he happened to be a black guy, and he got very upset. Like, thought I was doing some kind of racial. And I'm like, dude, I call everybody bro.
Yeah,
like
it's just my word.
Right, it's that or dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I think I called you dude.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And you're like, I'm not a dude. I'm like,
what?
Oh, well, whatever. Like, whatever, dude. Sounds like people just need to relax with that shit. You know, the hashtag Me Too and all that crap. Like, just relax, people.
Mm-hmm.
Only words.
Yeah, I agree. A lot of people are sensitive. Yeah, John Liebing had a post on, and it said something about basketball. If he could say something as simple as basketball, and 5 or 6 comments down, it would be like, "That's not funny. My brother was hit in the eye with a basketball, and now he can't see." Or, you know, like golf, and that's not funny. My brother was hitting the testicles in a backswing, and now he can't have kids. And so I was kind of laughing, but he really does. He has a point.
Right.
You
like,
know,
no matter
everyone
what
is
you
just
say,
so-
somebody's going to take offense
Oh,
to
God.
something.
Yep.
And it's just like, relax, people. Just because you are offended by it doesn't mean other people need to give a shit.
Oh, absolutely.
It-
Well, my friends, like I say before, my friends apologize for me. They're like, I apologize if she, you know, is obnoxious or whatever. And I turn around and I go, well, I don't. Because that's who I am. I never mean any offense. Anything I say comes of love. So, no, I don't apologize.
I don't either. I'm like, I'm probably going to say something that's going to offend you. I'm probably going to say something that's a little off color.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's probably going to have a fuck in front of it.
Oh, yeah. Or at the end of it. Or in the middle
somewhere.
of it. Or
It's in there, though.
It's in there. And when I worked out in Syracuse, I went from retail to the B&B department. And everybody's warning me, like, dude, you better watch your mouth. You better watch your mouth when you get up there. They hear everything. You're going to get boom. I was so scared. I didn't talk to anybody. I didn't talk to anybody. They're like, wow, you're so quiet. Like,
if I can't swear, I've got nothing to say.
I don't know what to say. I mean, that's why we have to be uncensored. I mean, I'm not bad as Silbert on the D-line over here, but I'm going to turn into a drinking game. He doesn't know this yet, but I'm going to turn into a drinking game. Every time he says an F-bomb, we're going to have to take a shot.
Oh, God.
We'll be wasted.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you guys need a ride home?
We'll
They have an extra bedroom over there.
It's called CNY cabs on
Yeah, definitely.
on speed dial.
Yeah.
Frank's saying society needs to get thicker skin, and you're absolutely right, brother.
Yeah.
Absolutely, because so many people, no matter what you say, it could be turned into something negative.
Offensive. Well, you know, I mean, and some things really are offensive. So I'm not saying that. I mean, there are things that offend me.
Like what?
I don't know. I can't think of any right now.
I think you're full of shit.
I can't think of any right now. No, there has to be.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody told me to hold on the other day, and that didn't fly well.
Hold on.
That was offensive. Maybe it was in the moment, but trust me,
I think
he
for me,
won't be saying that again.
It's customer service. Like if I get offended, it's usually like when you go someplace and they treat you rudely, or they're very like they're not polite,
dismissive.
Yeah, and they're kind of rude. Like that bothers me. I don't know. I don't get offended by a whole lot.
No,
I don't like racial slurs. I really don't.
I really dislike.
In the bar,
homophobic.
In the bar, like if I'm in the bar and I hear people,
I'll say something.
I'll walk up and I'll be like, guys, none of that in this bar, because it and you could just be telling a story.
Yeah, I don't like
about somebody, using that word in the story, not even yourself, but somebody overhears you, and next thing you know, there's a fight in the bar. And so I always like to try to end that quick.
There were 2 racists that came into Knuckleheads when I was working there, and I bounced both of them.
You have to, and
they both ended up coming back, and I said, "You can, but if I ever hear that word again, I'm probably going to cut your tongue out before I throw you out."
Even when I was coaching football and we were playing flag and things like that, and I would tell some of the black guys on the team, like, guys, please ease up on that word, because it kind of makes the other people want to say it because you say it so much,
right? And
then you're going to get mad at them when they do, and it's just not appropriate.
Yeah. I remember I grew up in a black neighborhood. I mean, I grew up in the ghetto. And I remember the first time I said that word, the only time I said that word, and it was at my uncle's house. And I didn't realize what it meant. I had no idea, because everybody would call each other that word. And I'm like, I had no idea at all what it meant. I thought it meant like brother, cousin, something like that. I didn't know it was a bad word. And so I called my cousin that word.
Uh-oh.
And it was at bedtime. And I will never, ever forget my Uncle Bob, who is the most calm man you've ever seen, came up to that room with fury in his eyes and smacked my ass. And it was the first time I had ever seen him even upset. But it drove it into my mind that, oh, wow, that must really be bad. And I don't want to say that. So I never said it again.
See, first time I heard it, like, I heard it growing up, but like the first time I heard it said to me is I was playing basketball. I was like, maybe 11, 12 years old. We're at the Rome Y, and I'm playing against a black kid, and he starts, what up? He starts calling me, and I'm like, I was confused. I'm like, whoa, wait, what are you calling me right now? Like, I'm a white kid from Oriskany. Like, I don't know what's going on right now.
You didn't even know that word.
No.
You had never heard it.
I was like, what's going on here? Like, that like threw me for a loop, and I'm like, why are you calling me? Like, it was really weird. But we got some guys checking in over here. We got
oh, John.
Dave Bander's saying having different language standards with different jobs is definitely interesting. True. When I worked at K-Rock, one of our things was, don't get caught with your pants, or don't drop your pants for rates, and don't call somebody's baby ugly, and all these like different terms. And then when I brought it into Verizon, where they're so PC, and I just rattled off my tongue. I'm like, you don't want to call somebody's baby ugly, and you don't want to drop your pants, blah blah blah. And they're like, dude, you can't say that. And I'm like, oh shit, sorry. Like,
there you go, offending people again.
Yeah, right. There you go. Frank saying, tell a woman to calm down and wait to get your junk handled to you.
Oh, absolutely.
To you. Yes, absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
If he said calm down, I probably would be in jail right now.
Yeah, why does that piss women off so bad?
I don't know. It's a trigger. It's just, I don't know.
Then he could have backed up and said, maybe you're on your period.
Oh, God.
And you would have been like, yeah, you would have been in jail.
Are you still breathing? And apparently I'm not.
And hey, John, what's up? He says, hi, Chicken. Hi, Blondie. I mean, Adeline. He says, remember you from your old knucklehead days.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I was there a long time.
Where are you now?
Yeah, I worked with Barb and Greg.
Up in
actually,
Whitesboro.
I started when they were over in Westmoreland, the old Knucklehead.
That turned into the Baja.
And when they and then when they decided to move to Whitesboro, everyone quit except for one cook and myself. So Jeff and I would open that bar. It was like about a 3-week period where we would open the bar and close the bar. We were the only 2 employees.
Wow. That's a long day in a bar. I'm telling you, it's a long day in a bar.
It was, and especially Knuckleheads because it was constantly busy. They have such good food and everything else.
And it's really the only
constantly busy
real bar in that town.
It was because the Bucket of Blood was still open, but I don't know if you ever went to the Bucket of Blood.
No,
but
which is now Knuckleheads.
Right. They tore it down and they built a new building. Right. But the old Bucket of Blood, you would walk in, and I'm only 5'10", so I'm not like extremely tall. But I walked in with flat shoes on, and I could not walk. I was like, my hair was skimming the ceiling. It was like really short. It was a wicked big dive. Did you ever go in the Bucket?
No.
Oh,
no, I have not.
Everyone should have. You'd walk through, and your feet would be like,
delightful name. I mean,
hit your head on the ceiling.
It's such a delightful name. Like, who does like? Yeah, no, that was the Bucket of Blood. You know,
that was definitely a drink out of the bottle. You weren't going draft or anything out of the glass there.
Yeah,
it was definitely bottle, and you were, cleaning off the top of that bottle.
It just seems like something you see in an old Western or something.
Oh, it was awesome.
Frank saying, whatever physical discipline is brought up, people look at you like you're talking about beating the hell out of the kids. Spanking doesn't mean you're kicking their ass, but sometimes a slap or a spank is the right option. And you're right. Like, sometimes a kid needs an ass whooping.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I think, I look at people every day and I look, man, your parents should have whooped your ass.
I'm telling you, if my uncle didn't smack my ass that night, I wouldn't have known how bad that word was. I would have had no idea. Because that's what I grew up with. All of my friends were black. I didn't know any white people that weren't related to me. I mean, my God, I grew up on James Street. You know what I mean? And Downer Ave.
So it's a good thing he said it. He did it to you then and taught you then.
Right, when I was young enough for it to make an impression.
Right, because otherwise you could have gotten your ass beaten a whole different way.
Oh, God, yeah. And I would have deserved it. You know?
True. Not knowing, not understanding.
Right. And even if I was ignorant, I would have learned.
And it kind of looks, I mean, you kind of look at it the other end. If you were educated in it and parents were open and saying like, okay, you can't say this and, and made you feel more comfortable with the things like that kind of topics, which a lot of people still avoid, because they feel like, oh, I don't want to talk to my kids about it and, make it bad. No, maybe you should.
Yeah.
Maybe you should talk to your kids.
You need to know.
And I feel like, and I'm going to go on a little rant here because it bothers me. Like, if you're the person crying racism, doesn't mean you're not a racist.
Right.
Usually, 9 out of 10 times, the person crying racism is usually the racist. Because they're the ones that's on the top of their brain. People need to relax with that shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's out there. We know it's out there. Absolutely. But it doesn't always need to be thrown in your face. Doesn't always need to be, that's the issue. I broke up a fight. Girl happened to be black. I see her throw a punch. I don't ask questions. You throw a punch, you're out of the bar. Right. I don't care if you're purple, white, green, orange, gray, doesn't matter. Right. You're out of the bar.
You're a troublemaker.
Now it became I kicked her out because she was black. No, I kicked her out because you threw a punch. And then she ended up hitting me. So I'm like, what the hell?
So obviously she needed to go.
Right. So, I mean, I don't care if you're like what color you are. I had a guy with one arm tell me he asked if he could come into the bar because he had one arm. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. You had 3 arms.
Your other arm works, right?
Right. I don't give a shit. What does you have one arm mean? You get
if
special
you had
treatment?
no arms, I'd just give you a straw. We'd be fine.
I don't give a fuck. You could have 3, 6 arms. I don't give a shit. Like you're still not coming in, and that's the way it's got to be. Yeah. Like people just relax. I don't know. It just drives me nuts. It really does.
I think we all have so many different life experiences. And so things that really, something that you may not think is offensive could really be a trigger point for somebody because they had it pounded into them for so long or something.
But I also think some people want a reason
to whine. Some people are very thin-skinned and they want just love the drama and they love something to cry and bitch about. Yes, I agree. Yeah, too many.
Mad at you, boy. Mad at you, boy. Mad at you, boy.
Yeah, they did a smash at your boy. Like I judge people on whether you're an asshole or not.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Do I like stereotype jokes? Absolutely. And I'll break my own balls more than that.
Oh God, yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like people need to take time and laugh. And I think that's where like this world misses a Richard Pryor. Oh. A guy that like, took that stuff head on.
Right.
You know
and
what I mean?
He could laugh at himself.
And he could laugh at it and take, George Carlin's another person that can like get away with saying some of that stuff and do that. And it's just a shame that this world is just so insistent on that kind of shit. And it's like, dude, get over yourself. Let's have some fun, joke, have fun.
Yeah, but one bad experience with will ruin 100 good experiences.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, so
I love finding out different viewpoints from people. You know, like if it were up to me, I'd have this with people, you know, a panel of people of different ethnicities. Yeah, let me try to say ethnicities, and just get their viewpoints on different subjects. And
I would love to do that.
Yeah. I mean, I got friends, like, I was in a bar one night, and I'm like, I got a Chinese friend, I got a black friend, I got an Indian friend. You know, I'm like, man, I
Ask
feel like
everyone the same question, you're going to get a different answer.
I feel like I was like in the UN. Like, this is a UN meeting, and it's just like because they're my friends, and I don't even look at them
right
in that sense, you know.
Right.
So I love to get other people's viewpoints, you know, and like kind of go from there. But there's like meet in the middle. You got to be open-minded. You can't just take your view and just stand by your view. Listen to the other person.
You don't even have to agree with somebody, though.
Absolutely not.
You don't have to agree with somebody. You just have to agree to the fact that they have different life experiences, and those life experiences have shaped their opinion just like your life experiences have shaped the opinion you have.
Right.
You know, they're not right. You're not right. They're not wrong. You're not wrong. It's just the way it is. It's the way you've been brought up.
And I'm going to toot the horn of the Chicago Bears, who just set up a
The Bears,
and they just created a committee on the team that they all donated. I think they raised like $250,000, and then the NFL matched. They put in $250,000. The team matched $250,000. So I think I forgot how much all in all. I know it was $500,000 off the bat, but I think the team is actually putting in money too, and it's like a team effort to educate about police brutality, to bridge the gap between the police and inner city children, and educate the children that make the police officers that aren't so adversarial,
right?
You know, and I think that's such a great thing right now, and it's so awesome that a team did it as a group effort,
right?
And they created a panel, and there's, you know, white guys and black guys and presidents. The president of the organization was one of the guys spearheading it.
I love that.
And I think that's so much more effective than kneeling down, you know, for the national anthem, which got misconstrued in so many different directions. Dave, if you start chiming in, I'm going to kick your ass. Him and I go at it about Kaepernick all the time. But at least you're doing something for the cause. And that was one thing that really bothered me with the whole kneeling down thing. It got totally taken away from the police brutality. And I wanted to see more bridging the gap between inner city kids and the police officers.
Right.
And
because if they know each other, you know, they can.
He's laughing.
If they get to know each other, it's less of a, you know, adversarial thing. Like, and I think like there are so many good law enforcement.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, and it's the bad apple that spoils the bunch. You know, so
you're taking the actions of the minority and blaming the majority of it.
Yeah.
And we do it all the time. I mean,
and everything. It's bad.
When we were at the homeownership center's block party, it was really cool seeing the fire department and the police department intermingling with
the kids,
the inner city kids, and like letting
the
kids,
the adults
as well. Yeah, and
I love that one older woman who was just jamming out when Ease Beats and Bizz was playing, and she was just rocking out. And then I think one of the firemen or was it a police officer came over and was dancing with her. I mean, it was a fun time. It was a great time
in an area that people are like real sketchy to go down by, and you know, you had the fire department shooting the hose for the kids
that was
and
fun.
stuff. It was really cool, and it was really cool to see that a community come together like that, and actually have the police department there and the fire department there at the same time, intermingling with people.
Yeah,
it was a great event for them, and
you know what? That really is a good event. You had hot dogs and popcorn and soda, and they did
murals and
and they were doing like little stamping, and they had books they were giving away. Yeah, seed bombs with the flower seeds.
Yep.
Yeah, I think they do that annually too.
They do.
The annual block parties. So we'll have to have them back in when they do that. They're also doing a home ownership seminar, September 27th, 12:30, 201 Bleecker Street. It is presented by the Office for New Americans. So the Mohawk Valley Resource Center for Refugees, the Home Ownership Center, and then our buddy Lou from Wykert Realtors, Your Properties, are putting on that seminar. So if you know anybody who maybe just got here, refugees looking to buy a house, or maybe just even looking to see what it'll take to buy a house. Send them over September 27th, 1230, 201 Bleecker Street to see our friends there.
Dave checking in with his usual novel. While I fully agree it is a small minority of problem law enforcement individuals, the closing of ranks, lack of true accountability, thin blue line mentality, and shuffling of problem police officers to new departments on a level that makes Catholic priests jealous. Those things both bother me. I think he.
I agree. I agree completely.
I was, it's funny. He was saying when they were shuffling around, I instantly thought of the Catholic police.
I did too. As soon
around.
as he said that, I was like, yeah, it's like priests.
And for some
you
reason,
hide it. Don't confront the problem. Don't fix the problem. Let's just put it under the rug.
And why are people
so
more pissed off about that? About these Catholic? I mean, police brutality is a problem. I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying it's.
I have never
any less of a problem.
My children are both baptized, and I would never, ever take my children to church. I don't believe in it. I do not believe in church. I believe in God. I believe in God.
I don't believe in religion.
I do not believe in organized religion.
Right.
I don't.
I can't.
I believe, you know what? Every morning I get up and I help at least one person. And I don't take for myself. I always give. I give. I will die broke because I'm going to give. I collect things from people who don't want them to make sure they make it to other people. You know what? If I'm going to hell because I'm not sitting in church every Sunday at 9 o'clock in the morning,
right,
I'll be in great company.
But do you get offended when somebody says, God bless you, or I'll say a prayer for you, or Merry Christmas? I don't give a shit.
Absolutely not.
I hate Christmas.
To me, that means I care enough about you to wish you this. I don't care. No, you took time to anything. Say, fuck you. Oh, my God, you took time to fuck me? Thank you. I appreciate that. Fuck you, too.
You took time to fuck me?
You know what I mean, though?
That's what yeah.
I know. I didn't mean to say it like that, but you know what I mean? Honestly, it's...
I just...
Happy Kwanzaa.
I feel like more people
Kwanzaa.
should be pissed off about these priests molesting kids and getting away with it than they really are.
Oh, God, yes. Because, you know what? They're not molesting one child, these people. They're molesting tens and hundreds, and
they're ruining lives.
Damaging so many innocent babies.
Is our guest?
And families.
I think our guest is not coming.
Oh, Jay may be running late. Jay's always on Realtor time.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jay runs on Realtor time. Why? What time is it?
4.
Oh, yeah, he's late. Jason Grow.
Uh-oh. See, I wasn't going to call him out by name because, do you know his middle name? Maybe he'll feel like he's in trouble.
Jesus, I don't. His mother always just calls him Jason.
Dave saying being Catholic is in theory a choice, and only a minority of Americans deal with it. Police are everywhere and affect everyone, and their power isn't optional. I agree. However, I haven't dealt with it, and people say, well, because you're white. I mean, I dealt with it when I was younger. I mean, when I had long hair, and I used to wear, cut-off jean jackets, and,
Callahan?
No.
Oh.
No.
In Oriskany, my husband was a target because he was a poor kid. His parents went through a divorce. So, yeah, he acted out a little bit. But he wasn't like a really bad kid. He was just mischievous. But Leon Colziel was my husband's attorney. And Leon, a brilliant criminal mind attorney, he had a conversation with Chief Callahan. And Callahan had said to him, well, when you have a problem child, you have to make sure that you stay on that problem. And being a civil rights attorney, Leon didn't like that too much. So I definitely know what you mean by, the fact that there's targets. Law enforcement does target certain people and maybe have preconceived notions, but not all of them.
So, yeah. I've been walking down the street and pulled over, and cops are like, what are you doing here? And I'm like, I'm walking home. And they're like, we've had reports of vandalism, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like,
right.
I didn't do shit. I've been in that situation countless times because of the way I looked.
Pulled over because of a make and model car that was used in a crime or something. That's happened.
Oh, absolutely. But, yeah, I get it. It's out there. It happens. I'm not denying that it happens. But I think...
And too often. It shouldn't happen.
I feel like it's not as... everywhere as everyone thinks it is. Yeah, I mean, does it happen in smaller communities and in bigger cities? And yeah, it happens everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
But
well, I think anywhere where you have people in a position of power, there are going to be those who abuse that power. I mean, it doesn't matter what it is. You know,
I've also seen
everything.
I witnessed people messing with the police. The police are trying to do the right thing, and they're just instigating the problem.
I've seen the other way too, though. You know, I grew up in East and West Utica, so I've also seen it the other way, where, you know, police officers really have had a hard-on for somebody, so to speak. And, you know, and not just even with my husband, because I didn't see that. I only heard about it years and years later. But I did it with kids in my neighborhood growing up and whatnot, that the police would always, no matter what happened, oh, my God, this girl down the road stubbed her toe. Let's go see Marcus, because he was up to something. It's got to be Marcus. And they just were always on his ass. Yeah. And it was sad, because he really was a good kid.
Frank brought up a great point. Oh my God, remember all the people that would stop you in the mall and tell you were going to hell, or hand you a pamphlet to save you? And he's absolutely right. I would just be sitting there and people would walk up like, you're going to hell. I'm like, you don't even know me. You have no idea what I'm about or whatever. But because I'm wearing a Danzig t-shirt and my hair's, you know, in braids and, you know, whatever, you're going to call me names and shit. And it's like, dude, you know, how about
tattoos too?
Yeah.
I know a lot of my friends and clients. I mean, they may be a lot younger than me, but we're still friends, and yeah, they'll really get their chops broken about their artwork, and it's a shame. It's a shame.
And you know, I mean, you look back years ago. I mean, if you listen to Ozzy Osbourne, you're going to kill your mother and worship
and rape
Satan.
your sister and eat the baby. Yeah.
But now they play Crazy Train at every stadium. They play it on commercials. It's on a Toyota commercial. You know what I mean? It's like, so now everybody's going to be satanic now. Like,
oh, my mother. I mean, her mother used to tell her she'd get diphtheria from hanging out with bikers.
Somebody checked in on the Twitch links and see you in a half hour. I don't know who that is. Oh. Maybe it's our guest.
Maybe it's Jay.
Does he know how to get here?
He does.
Okay.
Yeah, he knows where it is. He was here, remember? I had him
right.
Home free.
That's right, you did.
And he's on News Talk tonight, too.
Oh, is
talking about the Landmark Society's event.
What's the event? Do you know?
They're doing like a Roaring 20s party. It's going to be like a flapper event over at
Flapper. I'm offended. Said flapper.
It's going to be fun. Have a little flapper dress and feathers in our hair.
Nice.
Yeah, that's I think it's October 6th.
October 6th?
Yeah, at one of the Rockter mansions.
I believe that is DJ E's one's birthday.
Is it?
Yep. October 6th. He's going to be like 62.
I heard he came out of the closet.
Yeah, he did. He did, you know.
It's about time.
About time E's one, you know. He yesterday he decided to leave himself logged into the Facebook here, and I decided to announce that he was coming out of the closet and he was going to meet a nice fella and calm down. Mm-hmm. And he deserves it, because every time somebody leaves themselves logged into the Facebook, he's over there breaking their balls. So I had to do it to him too.
I'm thinking I shouldn't have saved my password into the computer, huh?
Frank's saying tattoos are way more tolerated now. I remember wearing long sleeves dress shirts into interviews just in case. And you're right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm seeing people with tattoos on their hands now. Oh, you got them.
I have one on my wrist and on my foot.
I remember.
But there's people who really think they have an opinion.
Oh yeah.
You know, I have a friend who is incredible. She's started a business a few years ago, and she is crushing it, speaking at national conventions, because she's doing so phenomenally well. She was on stage a couple of weeks ago, and she won't care that I'm sharing this story. And she's on stage receiving an award, and then she's called back up to receive an award that she didn't even know existed. That's like it was a major honor.
Like the MVD award?
Yes, almost as good as the MVD, but not quite. So she's walking off the stage, and a woman stops her. Now, she has 3 beautiful children, and she's a gorgeous woman, but she's had 3 children, so she doesn't have an 18-year-old body. But she looked stunning. And the woman had the balls to stop her and say, you know, you would have looked a lot better with Spanx and matching shoes.
Wow.
Shoes that matched your dress. So everything that this woman accomplished over the past couple of years was taken down by that one comment.
And who,
because she sat there in a moment of celebration and feeling insecure and less than.
well, and who is this woman? Like, what is her deal that she felt the need to bring?
She's a little person who is sad with her life. I don't even know the woman. I don't have to know the woman.
Right.
She's a little woman
Just the fact that you
who's sad
felt-
with her life, and she had to make somebody
Right.
else feel bad.
Right. You had to take her moment of glory, and you had to diminish her in some way to make yourself
any way
feel
you
better.
possibly could. Anyway,
like that.
and she had a little pooch. Well, you know what? I'm a size 4, and if I sit down, I have a pooch.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Some people,
you know,
and I find women. Okay.
Unfortunately, what you are going to say is all too often true.
Yes. Women are way more critical of women than guys are. And we hear it, guys always hear it all the time that, oh, you guys just want your Barbie doll looking girls. You just want girls with big boobs, skinny waists that aren't even real. I'm like, no, you guys are the ones that put that. I could give a rat's ass. I'm sorry, ladies, you do your nails. I could give a rat's ass what your fucking nails look like.
Yep.
I could give a rat's ass what if your shoes and match your dress or any of this crap. No, that's bullshit. Like,
you just want to be treated nice.
I want to be treated. I mean, you got to be attractive, right? Like,
right.
an attractive
Take care
person.
of yourself.
But I feel like there's some heavier girls out there that look really good carrying a weight. You know what I mean?
Well, one of my husband's friends, we were having a conversation on the snowmobile trail about weight, and I would be the only girl that would ride with this group of guys. And so at one point he just turned around to me and he says, "Look, I don't mean offense by this." And then he turns back to the rest of the guys. He goes, "You know what? Throw the dog the bone. I want a woman with a little meat." And he liked heavier women, and they would break his balls about it. And I'm like, I don't blame you. You know, I mean, you want to grab onto something soft and you know.
Right. And there's girls, at the second that girl looks at her, oh, look at her. Look at her. She dressed like a slut. Or she needs to put some clothes on. She can't fit in those things.
And she feels good about herself.
And you're
Let her
like,
feel good about herself.
And the guys are like, oh, I don't know, she looks all right. I think she looks good. But the girls are like, oh, look at her. She looks like a fucking pig. She can't wear, like, you're the ones that are doing it. You're the ones that are so super critical of everybody else that you think everybody else is being critical of you. Again, goes to that whole mind your own business.
Yep. See, and I'm so lucky. I honestly do think it all the time about the people I'm surrounded by and how freaking lucky I am that the women are supportive. And
Dave, it wasn't the play I hate his ball, was it? Buck Nasky and Silky Johnson from the Chappelle Show.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
And that's how it feels like when you go to the bar. Like, it's the women. I'm sorry, ladies, but you guys are super critical. Super critical.
Yep.
And like, oh, look at her nails are garbage. And like, I don't care what her nails look like.
Yeah.
Oh, her hair. She had that same hairdo from a year ago. Why don't you get a change? You're like, dude, I don't care.
Yeah.
I have the same hairdo for the past 10 years.
And I get it because of the boobs. Yeah, so I can wear the same shirt that somebody else can wear. And all of a sudden I look like a whore because I've got boobs.
I have a friend who got fake boobs, right?
Sorry.
She went out and paid a lot of money to get fake boobs put in. She just want anybody to know. I'm like, why?
Because they're for her.
Oh, well, I don't want anybody to judge me. I'm like, then why the fuck did you get them? You know what I mean? So now you're going to live this like nobody cares.
I know.
Nobody cares.
Everyone's got fake boobs.
Right. It's a common thing now.
They dye their hair. They paint their nails. Guess what? They do Botox too.
Right? Like nobody cares that you got fake breasts. Like,
no.
If you had enough nerve to go and get it done,
then
go
flaunt them.
Then right.
Yeah, she
you
should
wanted
be
it
walking
for
around
a reason.
topless.
Right. I mean,
especially around you.
Exactly.
You're welcome.
Especially since I picked them out and I never got to see them.
You're welcome.
Right? Thanks, Addy. But yeah, like they get so I don't want this person to know. When you let her boyfriend knew, like I'm like
he's
knows.
gonna know.
He knows.
He'll
No.
notice.
I don't think he knows. He knows. Trust me. He knows. We know. We just don't know if we're allowed to say anything.
Frank, hairdo. You need hair to do it.
Yes. And
I like Frank. I just met him yesterday. We're gonna be friends, Frank and I.
Well, wait till he's breathing fire again.
I know. I'm actually pretty excited about that.
Yeah,
that's gonna be cool.
That would be cool. I want to get him to do that. I think that's something we need.
Yeah. That's
Oh, sorry, that was an old message. When I first seen it, it looked like sexy. I'm like, whoa. But yeah, like I feel like women are the ones like bar fights. I can't even tell you how many bar fights are caused by women.
Oh yeah.
And they are the worst to break up. They are the worst.
Because they won't just throw a punch.
No.
They want to pull hair and scratch and all this other shit. Fight or don't. Just really, it used to annoy me all the time, breaking up a girl's fight. I'd get a drink thrown at me. I would just turn around and look at my partner behind the bar and I'd go, you're going to have to do this because I don't throw drinks. I'm going to punch her in the face until she's bloody and then I'm going to throw her out the door. So you handle it because it's going to be nicer.
They're scratching, they're punching, they're kicking.
It's so stupid.
Oh, my God. And it's like,
It's like ball up a fist, knock her the frick out if you're pissed off, and then call it a day.
See, like, and that's usually what happened to dudes. Like, dudes can get into a fight and granted,
punch each other out.
There's some dumb
and be at the
meatheads
bar
out
in
there.
10 minutes.
Right. Exactly. I've gotten into brawls with people and then end up being friends with them. Women, not so much.
Oh, no. We'll hold
they
the
hate
grudge
each other
till the end.
forever.
Oh, yeah. Hold
That
the
bitch
grudge.
stepped on my foot 4 years ago. I'm going to kick her ass.
Listen, my boyfriend looked at that scumbag like 3 years ago, and she's been after him ever since. It's like, she doesn't even know your boyfriend exists.
There was a girl at the bar. She was right at the door as soon as you walked in, and she was lifting her skirt and showing her G-string, and another one of her friends was taking a picture of her ass. Obviously, they're probably taking it and send it to somebody as a joke. And I had to ask her, I'm like, listen, take it somewhere else, take it out on a deck, somewhere where I'm not here and somebody isn't walking in through the door, because that's all that'll happen is a girl walk in with her boyfriend, see that, and now she's got to make a comment. My boyfriend don't need to be seeing that shit.
Yeah.
You know, but if there's some dude there pulling up a G-string or something like that, like, the guy's not going to be like, dude, you know, my girl don't need to see that. Like, you be secure in yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, I don't know.
You go and give her $1. I mean, it was kind of trashy, but
slip
like
$1 in her G-string.
You know what? People want to be trashy like that. Let them be trashy.
It's Varick Street.
Right, exactly.
That's what
Laugh
it's
at
for.
it and have fun with
That
it.
is what Varick Street is there for.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
Yeah.
It really is. You know, that's where the trash goes.
Yeah. If you want to have a nice upscale cocktail, go to the Devereaux.
Right, right.
You know, you want to get your ass smacked with somebody's G-string in your face, then you go down to Varick Street.
Sounds about right.
Perfect.
And you know what? Sometimes you want them both.
You do.
Yep.
Yeah. You never know.
Sometimes you want a nice classy drink and a nice G-string slapped in your face.
You could.
So where do you go for that? Casino?
Yeah. Yeah.
You
go to the Devereaux, then Varick Street.
Then Varick Street.
You make a night of it. Do the whole loop.
Take an Uber down.
Yeah. CNY cabs.
There you go. CNY cabs. Keep it local. Well, I guess Uber would be kind of local.
Yeah.
CNY
it's
cabs.
local people, but.
Got any plans for this weekend?
I'm going to go see East Beats and Bizz Saturday.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Over at Wakely's?
Yep. Yeah, and I think that's about it. I'm working. I've got open houses and showings, and
I know Ease One's got a cool little gig going over there on the weekends, and he's got some big things planned for over there at Wakely's.
Yeah. Good.
So it's kind of cool. I know he's got I think was it like once a month he's gonna have like a guest artist perform with him.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah, he's digging deep in his bag of tricks.
Nice.
So keep your ears open
for
because he's got some pretty cool shit going on there. I bartended there over the weekend.
Yes, I know. I came in and jumped on you.
Yes, you did. It was their Latin party, which is kind of cool. You know, I mean, everybody was in good spirits, fun time, but it was like, whoo, like right at like 10:30, like it was real cool, real calm, like not a soul, and then all of a sudden, bam, all at once, doors go flying open, and it was just like.
I knew it was time to go
100-something people
home.
like all at once.
I knew it was time to go home.
And I haven't bartended in easy 10, 15 years. I got kind of pushed into the security end of things. And so I haven't bartended like I bartended Riscany at the Ramada.
Oh God.
I think it was before it was the
way
Ramada.
back.
I think it was was it the Horizon?
Did
Hotel?
we ever come in and see you on snowmobiles?
I don't know.
Because I wouldn't remember that late at night because that would have been the last stop.
I don't think I was there in the winter because I ended up moving back to Florida twice.
Oh, yeah.
I moved to Florida.
I wouldn't have been there in the summer.
And not a lot of people did it because when I was there, like the bus industries went on strike and it was a pretty bad time. So I haven't done it in like, 10, 15, probably even longer than that.
It's fun though, isn't it?
It was a blast. Being a bouncer, I like when I go over to Sickenburger and it's fast paced.
Right.
Boom, 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 boom. I mean, but you got the problems, you got to jump in the fights.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was kind of cool that like to realize that if something broke down, I didn't really have to get into it because there was other security. But people were walking in going, "Oh yeah, don't worry, you got the best. You got good security here." And Paul's like, "Yeah, but he's our bartender tonight." But it was a great chance for me to get back into it and not have to be worried. I just jumped right back in the fire.
Right.
And learning the drinks, learning the prices of stuff was kind of tricky, but I felt like I did okay. I think I felt like I had held my own for.
Yeah, our drinks were there.
Being as busy as it got, like real quick, and
I kind of miss it sometimes. I kind of think, I should just do like one night somewhere. I should find a bar that I really, really like and just pick a night and say, okay, I really want a 10 bar one night. But
it gets in you. It gets in your.
It is
like you want to get out of it so much when you're in it,
right? But then it's like you miss it because it's like
the night goes by so much faster than
does.
bouncing. So much faster. Like when I'm bouncing, I'm like, oh, just please, no trouble, no trouble. I mean, I've seen a lot of shit over my years of bouncing, and I'm 42 years old. I will be 42 at the end of next month.
God, you're old.
Yes, I know. And I'm like, dude, I don't want to keep dealing with this shit. Like, and it's amazing to me, like, see people my age still out there starting fights, still.
Oh my God,
getting
I know.
in brawls, and
it's like you're 45 years old. Really?
Right. Like,
go buy a punching bag.
Go smoke a doobie. Come back when you're when you're under control a little bit better. You know what I mean? Like, Jesus.
Yeah. All right. Kelly says we can all 10 bar together. We should. That'd be fun. We could do a D takeover of a bar. How much does Wakely's like us?
I know, right?
I'll take a whole D takeover.
Well, we do have a bar right here.
We do. That'd be fun.
I got until November for 42. Yeah, well, I'm October 29th.
Still young.
October 29th. This is pretty damn close to November.
Yeah, it is actually.
But yeah, like when you see people your age still starting fights, still getting in trouble, you're like, dude, come on,
really?
Act your age. That's why, like, when like you see people like stoners come in, I'm like, whew. You're not going to get problems.
Oh no, because they don't give a shit about anything.
No, you could crack
so
right
high,
into them.
I don't care.
You could bump right into them, like, dude, I'm sorry, like.
No.
But you get these meatheads that come in, they're all coked up. They've been doing shots all night long, and they want to like start fights. They've been doing this for the past 20 years. They just want to start a brawl. And you're like, I feel like you should be on the other side for a little while. You should be a bouncer. And I gotta say, there's some bouncers out there that are just as bad as these idiots that come in the bar starting fights. I've seen these guys come out there and,
like we said, there's good and bad in everything.
And I almost brought it up too, like bouncers. I've worked with some.
And they antagonize shit.
Absolutely.
They're not happy unless a fight does break out.
And that's my thing. I don't want to do a fight. Like, that's my rule at the bar. Don't make me do my job. I treat everybody with respect.
I saw that at Nothing Fancy one night. It was, I think we went for my sister's birthday or something. And the bouncer actually started a fight. And I'm like, dude.
Right.
Like, we're all sitting here watching you. You were supposed to be the bouncer. Why are you picking on this little guy?
Exactly. It's like you're pushing your weight around.
Right.
Almost anticipating a fight. Like, you're pushing it. Like, you're bored. So you need to get in a brawl. Yeah. And, like...
He picked the wrong little guy, though, because that little guy was quick and jacked him.
Good.
He did. He, like, zipped right up under him and done.
And I have a hard time defending... I know there might... people I work with, I got to... do my job. But if you're going to sit there and you're going to start fights and you're going to start the problems in the bar,
it's going to take you a little longer to get over there.
Yeah, you might deserve to get your ass beat. I like to stop it before it starts.
Mike Coley says we can do a Copper City D.
That would be really cool.
That would be awesome.
That would really be cool because, like,
that would
between you, me, Z, we've all bartended.
Oh yeah,
we've all worked in bars. Mike, that's a cool idea.
Yeah, it really is.
Caleb joining in from the D line, also a bartender.
Nice.
Dave Bandage also works in a bar, security guy.
Well, there we go. We'll even bring our own security.
I believe Dave bartended a little bit. He said the mindset is an immediate red flag for me when looking for security people to bring on board. Absolutely, brother.
It has to be.
It just, and I mean, if you worked in the industry, you know a few meatheads right off the top of your head that you're like, I can't do it.
Nope.
And, for me, it's like, quench it before it begins. Walk up to the person, listen, hey, you're going to have to go.
Yeah.
You can come back tomorrow. I'm sorry, but you're going to have to leave now.
I always find, this is one of the things that I find, more often than not, if somebody is in the midst of a fight, the thing that they're looking for is a way out. If you give them a way out, they're going to take it probably 15 out of 16 times. They just want a way out. There's that one exception where they left the house looking for a fight that night, and there's no way you're going to stop them. But I think people are really looking for a way out of the,
I think there's some of those.
They ran their mouth a little bit too much, didn't expect it to go too far off.
They got the
Shit,
beer
I hope
balls.
someone gets me out of this. Give me an out. I'm going to take it.
Yep. They're all puffing their chest out, and I'm like, take it outside. You guys go fight out in the street. I don't give a shit. Go kill each other in the middle of the street. I don't give a shit. I'll stand and watch. I'll videotape it and put on World Star Hip Hop if you want.
Yeah.
I don't really give a rat's ass. But
It's
you do it
not
in a bar
here.
now. I got to get involved, and I'm going to call the police. I'm going to have you arrested. And I don't need to put out my beer balls and whatever. I'll have you arrested. If you don't want to leave. I mean, I'll probably put you through the wall first and then have you arrested.
Right.
But
not playing.
Right. No, you're gone. And but I've walked people out of the bar and they thank me for not being more aggressive when I could have been. But then it's funny when you tell them to go outside, they don't want to go.
No.
Everything's fine now. They don't want to go outside and handle
friends.
it. Right.
We're going to have a drink.
Yeah. Like, no, it's okay. Like, because nobody's there to break it up.
Right.
Now you're scared. Now you really got to put
serious.
Yep. Now you got to really fight.
Yeah.
Now, if you
They're
really
just
want,
looking for a way out.
I've approached people in a bar. People call my friends names when they walked in front of their dartboard, and you call them a fucking asshole or whatever. And I had to go and confront them, and I didn't start screaming. I just walked up casually and told them, "Hey, listen, I don't think it was right what you just said, and I think you need to apologize." And because I walked up very calm and collected, they got a little nervous. And then other people started chirping in. I'm like, I don't need you. You know what I mean? I'm handling this myself.
Yeah.
Right. And, their buddies come in and, whatever. But if you really want to do it, you don't start yelling and screaming because now you get everybody's attention.
Oh, yeah.
You go up
You
there.
just want attention at
Right.
that point. You
go
don't
up
want
there,
to settle
calm
the
and cool.
situation.
This is what the deal is, guys. Boom. And most of the guys that, especially at O'Donnell's and stuff like that, a lot of them are very respectful. So they're regulars. So if something happens, they're like other patrons would actually put a stop to it first, or they'll say, "Hey, take it outside." Dave's been there when I had the guys take it outside, and you just once they get outside, that's on them.
Yeah, I like your partner at O'Donnell's too, Sam.
Sam,
he's a nice guy. We were breaking chops with him Saturday.
Sam, asshole Sam. He's a electric company alum.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I like him.
They call him asshole Sam.
Yeah. I'm not calling him asshole Sam. I like him too much.
Dave saying the 2 quotes of wisdom from Dalton from Roadhouse.
Oh, Roadhouse.
All you have to do is follow 3 simple rules. 1, never underestimate your opponent. Expect the unexpected. 2, take it outside. Never starts anything inside the bar unless it's absolutely necessary. And 3, be nice. Good 3 rules. If somebody gets in your face and calls you a cocksucker, I want you to be nice. Ask him to walk. Be nice. If he won't walk him, but be nice. If you can't walk him, one of the others will help you, and you'll both be nice. I want to remember that it's a job and nothing personal. Come on up, bro.
I love Roadhouse.
Jay didn't show up, but we do have Phil Canarelli, our buddy from Utica Brews. Are you still with Utica Brews or no? Uh-oh. They think
Hi, Phil. How are you?
Oh, I gotta turn you up, brother. There you go.
Probably stick out my gum.
I just swallow it. You're too.
Just
you're,
swallow.
Yeah, you got to swallow it now. You're committed.
I have a garbage can right here.
Now you're gonna grow a bubblegum tree in your belly.
I actually messaged you guys.
You're gonna fart bubbles
a half hour ago when I just got out of work, saying that I was gonna be on the way.
Oh, was that you?
Through Twitch, yeah. That's my actual channel for.
Now you know who.
Now I know who. So, well, thanks for coming in, bro.
Yeah, man.
So what do you got cooking over there? I know you've been doing a lot with the comedy work, and
yes, I actually just finished a tour. Actually,
did you know?
We finished last Saturday. Went to Pennsylvania. We finished here at Utica Brews. It was fun. I just I learned a lot, and I know what I'm going to do for next year's tour if I do one. I'm gonna cut some people from it and make it more about the people that are good. So.
Well, I mean, I guess you're gonna have your not good and good when you people are like aren't pros.
Well, we picked like the best in like each area, and with doing that, you kind of assume they kind of know how to like bring a crowd in and stuff like that. One of the places we performed in was in Buffalo. We performed for 4 people.
Oh my God!
And it was just horrendous.
It's gotta be so tough.
At the very last performer got up, we had a bunch of guys come in that were from the college, and they were just sitting there, talking the whole entire time and just ignoring us. It was just, they wouldn't pay, but they wanted to drink, and it was, ugh. So, next year I'm actually gonna try to just do the college circuit instead. I think it's just easier to go that way, and I can just do me and not worry about anyone else.
Yeah, I feel like the venue's important.
Very much so.
I remember Phil Farda had a couple of shows in a couple clubs that, man, people were heckling in the background, or they're just, being loud and obnoxious, drinking and making noise and not really paying attention to the show, or just yelling shit at the performers. And you're like, well, can't do this venue anymore.
Yeah.
But
I've had that problem a few times. Ooh, did it get louder? Oh my God.
It's like this reverbing.
Yeah, there's been a few times I've performed and got heckled pretty bad. Sometimes it's hilarious though, so I'm totally fine with that. Should I be looking in a certain area? Oh, hi.
Just look at Addy.
Okay.
That's what I've been doing.
Oh, yeah, that's all right.
She's much better to look at. But so how long was your tour?
A month.
1 month?
We did 5 dates. Originally we had 12 venues, and then I found out how flaky my fellow colleagues are, I guess, in the comedy scene. So dropped out.
Comedians are flaky.
Oh my God, it's horrendous.
Todd says you gotta get closer to the mic.
Who?
Todd.
Who's Todd?
Todd is the guy behind the scenes. He's a Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz. Todd.
Yes.
What's your opinion on extra dark coffee?
Extra dark coffee.
Tell me when he gives an answer, because I really want to know.
I like extra dark coffee, tell you the truth.
Me too.
Darker the better.
Mm-hmm. When I every morning, Todd, when I
you can pull that up,
Oh, fantastic!
It's adjustable.
Oh, great! All right.
Yeah, there you are.
Every time I go to get coffee in the morning, I stop doing my Keurig because you're drinking water. It never works. But I go get coffee every morning, either at Utica Coffee or the gas station or whatever. And whenever they don't have dark coffee, I just get a Red Bull because I can't deal with regular. It drives me crazy.
Todd says, hold on. Extra dark coffee talks closer to the mic.
Is it working now, Todd? Are you a Todd with 2 Ds?
He is a Todd with 2 Ds.
Yeah, man, because I put 1 D, but motherfucker put on my business card, put an E instead of an O. But so yeah, extra dark coffee. Do you ever try? Was it Wake the Hell Up from Utica?
Yeah, I was actually I'm back to coffee grounds and actually use an old school coffee pot, and it's either Utica Coffee or I go the cheapest route and get the Cafe Bustelo, I think it's called. It's like the dollar store coffee.
Oh,
and it's actually really good.
I like the Aldi's.
Yeah,
has a dark roast.
Yeah, that's exactly what I've been using.
But you ever try? Was it Death Wish?
Oh,
Death Wish coffee.
I got that for Todd one time.
Woo!
That was good.
That'll put some hair.
It's
in
like
nuts.
ultra caffeinated.
Yeah, it is. Death Wish coffee. It's out of Albany area, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that'll.
Do you guys do
wake you up?
1 cup of coffee and you're good for the day, or do you do multiple?
I'm a 1 cup guy.
Me too.
I don't drink coffee.
No.
Oh. Tea.
I constantly run on Dunkin' tea.
Tea doesn't have enough caffeine. It just makes me pee.
Tea has more caffeine than coffee.
Does it? I don't know.
Yeah,
I need that.
It's more caffeinated.
I need that 1 cup of coffee in the morning to kind of wake me up, and then I back it up with a Red Bull somewhere along the day. I need it.
I actually haven't had a Red Bull in 3 weeks, and I'm kind of itching for one.
See, my problem is like tonight. Okay, so I'm doing this show. After this show, we do the D line right after at 6, and then after that, I go to the bar and I work till 3 a.m. Then I drive 40 minutes home. So it's like I need a Red Bull.
Comes in
Absolutely. People are like, that's bad for you. Yeah, so is falling asleep at the wheel. So.
I actually, one of the trips back, I had to work during my whole entire tour. So I'm a mailman for those who most of the same listeners.
M-A-L-E?
Yes, M-A-L-E. Yeah. So I had to drive to these places, get back, and go to work at 7:30 in the morning. So it was brutal. The one in Buffalo was horrible. I got home at like 4:15, so I got to sleep for like 20 minutes and got up and went to work. So Red Bulls definitely were effective there.
Just hook it in your veins and freebase it at that point.
My assistant Kelly says hi.
Hi, Kelly. Do I know Kelly?
Yes, you do. You live upstairs from somewhere she used to work, and your roommate was her smoking buddy.
Oh, she's really cute. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Of course, she's really cute.
Yes, hi. Yes, I'm that weird guy.
Call out where you lived.
Oh, yeah, it's totally fine. Just don't steal anything from us.
Yeah. So you went to 5 cities? You said
we went to 5 cities. We went to the first place we stopped was in Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Let me guess, road construction.
No. There's always road construction.
Like Scranton's been under construction for the past 15, 20 years.
Yeah, minimum. It's still going on. Like I go to Binghamton a lot, so you got to go through that area a little bit. You can see like they have like these, I don't know what they're called, like loops that are like, they're not being used yet, like loops around to different places, and they're just sitting there off in the distance when you're driving by. So eventually we're going to be able to use those loops or highways or whatever, but they're just not connected to the actual throughway or roads yet.
Yeah.
Really?
It's pretty nasty.
They're doing like a whole overpass. And
yeah, exactly.
But it's just freestanding right now. It's not connected to anything. My sister lives in Binghamton. But yeah, it's just standing.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, me too.
That's a haul.
So Scrotum, Pennsylvania. Stay out of there. What I don't get is these on the throughway. Do you know, like you go down by New York City, you're driving down the throughway, and they have these like ramps, the check-in points for the throughway, and they're like off, and you're like, well, if I go straight, I'm going straight in. Why do I got to get off and check in? And then you get a ticket later saying that you missed a stop, and you're like, well, why the fuck do I gotta like why do I like? Am I supposed to know you're supposed to pull off and go into there when I'm just going straight? Like, I don't know. I don't get it.
I don't like when there's cones for on the road and there's no construction work being used near those cones, which is pretty much a third of Utica right now. Every day driving to work on is it Oriskany? Yeah, in Oriskany, there's like 1,000 cones there. We can use the road, but they're there. Why? I don't understand.
The Parkway recently.
What I hate is when like you come down the arterial. Like I come down from Route 12, so I'm hauling ass. Like I said, I got a 40-minute drive, so I'm flying down, and they won't put that it goes into one lane until you're right on top of where it changes, and you're like, well, what the fuck? If you told me way back, I would have gotten in line. Now I'm like stuck. Everyone's looking at me like I'm a masshole because I'm trying to cut into traffic now. But you're like, I'm already committed. Like before you realize it goes into the one lane, like there's 30 people want to cut your head off. So you're like, put the marker back further so people know that you're going to be down in one lane.
My partners and I, we went to a listing appointment, right? So we get up to this bridge, and there's a detour back the other way. So we're driving back, and we see a detour sign about a bridge closed sign about 3 miles back. And we're like, okay, yeah, but we haven't seen a detour yet. So the bridge closed sign is like yay big. About 3 miles before the bridge. The detour is 5 miles before the bridge. Yeah. So when we saw the detour sign, we had no idea it was for the bridge that we had to take, and we had no idea the bridge sign because it was like yay big.
See, in Utica, they wait till like you're already committed, and all of a sudden they say detour, and you're like, son of a bitch, I would have took like 3 other exits. Like, oh my God.
I could have been there already.
Now you're stuck there. There's nowhere to turn. You're in freaking... Now you're in line with like 1,000 other cars, and you're like, I gotta get you. So that's what happened to me today. I got stuck in traffic, and I'm like, I could have took like 3 other directions to get here, and nope, I didn't find out till like I was already stuck in construction. But at least there's construction being done in this town.
Yes.
So
growing pains.
Dave wanted to know if you were visiting Dunder Mifflin.
No. However, I think every comedian had a joke about that night.
Oh, really?
Like. Actually, almost every place on the tour, there's actually a branch of Dunder Mifflin. Buffalo,
did you plan
Binghamton.
that?
No, but it happened. Scranton, Utica. Like somehow we did get pretty much
pretty funny.
all of them. I don't know how we managed that, but
That's funny.
All right, so you drive Route 12. How often do you stop at Chester's Chicken?
Never.
Really?
Never.
That's like
because they're never open. Like, okay, on my way down, I'm hauling ass because I'm usually late, or I'm going to the gym. I got like a certain amount of time to get there to do that to come here. Or on the way home, it's like 3-4 o'clock in the morning and nothing's open. So, but I eat more meals at Stewart's than I do at home because it's the only thing on the way home, and I hadn't eaten in like 7.5 hours, so I'm hungry.
Have you guys tried like that Grubhub, the local?
No.
I did it once, and they actually delivered. They weren't supposed to because I'm too far away because I live in Clinton. I ordered.
You mean Clinton?
What'd I say?
Clinton. If you live in Clinton, you got Clinton.
I was raised in Utica. So
you gotta say it like a douche.
Say whatever you want to say. Ignore him. Anyways.
But I tried it, and I'm actually really impressed. It was no different from what I would charge elsewhere. You know what I mean? But the problem is there's not many venues that you can choose from yet. Like,
right.
So if Grubhub can get on their game and get more places, I do that all the time and never leave.
You know what's funny?
Ever.
I had that idea 20 years ago. And I have friends that once Grubhub came around, they're like, or Food Cab too was the other one.
Yeah.
They're like, dude, you said that like 20 years ago. But I just never had the money or the motivation to actually do it.
But Food Cab will go anywhere.
Really?
Yeah, they have no limits. But I don't know if you can order online. I think you actually have to physically call or send a text. But they do. Food Cab will say or bring anything.
I mean, talk about a stoner's delight.
I know, real.
You don't have to drive. You can get like, let's see, we went some Rio Grande, get a burrito, go to.
Oh, please. I was all excited that Joe Sweet with his.
The wine?
Yes.
Order it.
Oh, if you can order
Yes.
alcohol, that's.
Yeah.
Joe
Sweet has an app. It's called Order It.
Oh.
They will bring you, like, if you're like 4 bottles of champagne in with mimosas on a Sunday, they will bring you more champagne, and they'll stop and get you orange juice with the cherries. They don't play around.
So yeah, like I picture like sitting around a campfire and be like, dude, we need more beer. So you order some beer and I pick up a pizza too.
I bring a bottle of Fireball.
When I used to deliver pizzas, people are like, can you pick me up beer? No, I'm not picking you up beer because I don't know who's drinking it. I don't know who I'm delivering to.
See, but order it will.
See, order it will.
Order it will.
I won't. They will.
They would.
That's a great idea, though. I thought it like.
I thought it was brilliant.
People like want, you're trying to figure out like you still want to drink. Everyone's been drinking all night long. Now you got to find that one sober person.
I actually know when he had that idea.
Oh yeah,
I was there.
You were there.
I was there. It was at Jody and Becky Passmore's party. It was their housewarming party, and Scott Henderson had come in with the big jug of Fireball with the handle and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe not so proud to admit this, but a group of about 10 of us drank that in 8 minutes. We stood in the kitchen and we all just slugged off the bottle, and in 8 minutes the bottle was gone.
Ooh.
And of course it was gone too fast, so we wanted another bottle. And nobody could drive because we were all drunk. So
makes sense.
That was the moment that I think Joe Sweet had that idea.
And that's usually how the ideas like that come along. It's like
out of the need,
dude, we need
in that
somebody to
moment.
just deliver it, like coffee.
And he
delivery.
has the skill to build the app, so it was bing bang boom.
Like, you know how many times, like, working at in retail, like, man, I wish somebody would bring us coffee. Just bring coffee to the office.
Yeah.
Boom. Because I mean, everybody there, like, I would go on coffee runs at Verizon and like come back with like 15 coffees for everybody. Because like you're rushing to get to work and have a chance to go get your coffee, or maybe some people are a multiple coffee person. They drink 2-3 more cups.
Dark roast.
Dark roast. Absolutely.
Way to go.
Do you do the creamer or no?
No.
Sugar?
No. I drink everything black.
Wow.
When I was a kid, when I was a teenager, I had an instructor in school who drank his coffee black, and it was kind of like we all loved and idolized this one teacher. So we were like, we're gonna be like him, and we said that, and then like, this is nasty. So I kind of switched back to like cream and stuff. But essentially, the second I moved out, I just didn't want to spend the extra money.
Yeah, you realized how expensive cream and sugar were.
Now.
See, if I'm ordering it from like Dunkin' or something, no cream, because
it's all milk.
They water it down like so much. I put like half cream. I'm like, dude, I want just like a splash. And but if it's like myself, I'll put like a little bit in. But I usually like the powdered creamer better actually, because it doesn't like lighten up the coffee.
But it's fat.
I don't care.
It's yeah.
If I'm gonna put,
I mean, it's very little, like just to make it a dark tan, not even like not even a brown. Like
I like it looking at like sludge. I like the dark tar. I love that. If anything,
it stands right
like
now.
when I see people put cream in it, I think it's not to like for the taste. I think it's to cool it down. And at that point, I'm just gonna put like an ice cube and just call it a day.
Yeah, I still won't even do that.
Yeah,
I'll drink it lava hot.
That I like my taste buds. I don't want them to be destroyed.
You know what I do sometimes? I take a thing of hot chocolate. I'll put like a packet of hot chocolate and then make some coffee, pour coffee right into it. Coffee and hot chocolate, fucking great.
Like use the coffee as the milk or water instead of putting water in the hot chocolate.
So it's like I got a Keurig.
Put the powder in chocolate in there and then just pour coffee on it.
Right.
I believe that's called a mocha.
Yeah, I know.
So good. Whatever you want to call it. Mocha, latte, whatever the fuck they call it.
It's definitely a mocha.
I will not order at Starbucks because I don't speak Starbucks language. You listen to somebody like orders from Starbucks and they're like, I'll have a double skinny latte, extra blah, blah, blah. And you're like, what the hell did you just order? I have no clue what you just said right there.
Half calf, half skim, caramel macchiato,
double skinny,
venti, blah, blah, blah. But I don't want it cold.
My roommate Larry. Did I tell? I'm roommates with Larry O'Grady.
Oh right, that's right.
Another fellow comedian in the area.
I love Larry. He's such a sweetheart.
He has like this ridiculous drink that he gets when he goes to Starbucks. When I go there, I get like a Saranac ginger ale. Like I'm super simple. But he has this drink that like he hasn't memorized, and it takes him like a solid minute to explain it to the barista. And I'm like, that is too much work, and it cannot taste that good for that
barista. The fact that they got their own name called a barista, you pour fucking coffee.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, you don't deserve a specific. I'm a barista. Like it's like calling a bartender a mixologist. You're a fucking bartender. I'm sorry.
Unless they went to school, then they're a mixologist.
You're still a damn bartender.
I gotta bust out early on you guys. I gotta go up to Westernville.
Well, thank you for coming in.
My pleasure.
Westernville.
I have to go show a house.
Do you?
I still feel like that's a made up word.
$49,000 shanty. It's gonna be lovely. No power.
Didn't they flood Westernville? Didn't they flood that out when they did Delta?
No.
Isn't that like
part of it but no, they moved a lot of stuff.
So do you have a guest that you would like to promote for next Monday?
Addy Alzheimer's coming in, our new sponsor, EJA Movers.
Addy Alzheimer, nice.
Well, I don't know if Eddie's going to actually be back from South Carolina because I think he has a long distance move. But if he's not back, Jay Sumner is going to come in and represent for them and explain a little bit what they do and some packing and moving tips so that you don't break everything, including your back.
Actually, that's good segue, Addy.
You're welcome.
So you just bought your dream home.
I'm out.
And it's bye, Addy. Nice seeing you. Tune in on Home Free on Monday night at 7 o'clock to see Addy and Eddie. Addy and Eddie. Wow, that sounds like a good name for a show. But so you just bought your dream home, and now it's time to move. Let's face it, nobody likes to move. All packing, unpacking, lifting upstairs, downstairs, and broken everything, including your back. Let the professionals at EJA Moving Company take all the stress and pain out of your move. Competitively priced moving, relocating services, office moves, complete packing and unpacking services. They work with everyone to make it simple for you to move and relocate. Call EJA Moving at 315-335-0516. That's 315-335-0516. When it's time to relocate, let EJA Moving do all the work for you. EJAmoving.com. Had to get that one for you, Eddie. And to catch him on Monday. He was going to be on Home Free. So you got anything else coming up soon?
Not really. I'm really boring. I'm working. If anyone's interested in video games, I've been working on a YouTube channel.
All right, you were saying that about earlier.
Related about Super Smash Brothers, the new game coming out in December. If you're interested, please, I'll link it to you. It's Arb, of course, on YouTube.
Super Smash Brothers. I just picture Jersey Shore guys just be like, yeah, we're Smash Brothers, bro.
The guys that play it are almost identical.
Really?
It's kind of crazy that there's actually a real popular and competitive scene in these video games still. Like Super Smash Brothers Melee was one of the games that came out in the early thousands. It's just as popular now as it was back then. And the guys that play it are ridiculous. And I follow a lot of them on Twitter and all this kind of stuff, and they're just nutcases, and I love every moment of it.
Where do they find your YouTube channel?
It's Arb, of course, ARB, of course, on YouTube if you're interested. Arb, of course, is pretty much my tag for Twitter, Instagram, you name it. So go ahead and follow me there. Yeah. Other than that, I'm working on a couple venues. One of them you helped me with. I got another place out in Oneida that I'm working on right now.
Nice.
I have one more music related show I'm doing for Utica Brews, and then I'm done with them for the rest of the year, at least for the time being. And yeah, I'm trying to hit open mics, and I have a podcast as well that I do every Sunday.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Nice. What's that called?
The Wallcast. I'm in cahoots with the Fourth Wall Comics and Collectibles still. I'm a huge nerd for those who are listening. You name it, I do it. But the Wallcast is with the Fourth Wall. I've been with them since pretty much they opened up, and things been going really well. We talk about nerdy stuff, you name it, games, video games, comic books, movies, a little bit of a piece of everything. We try to get our hands in those pies. So
nice. Where's the Fourth Wall? Where's that located?
I can't give you the exact number, but it's in the Hartford Shopping Center. It's in between East Dynasty Buffet and Herb Phillipson, somewhere in that bit.
Just go down there and look.
Yeah.
Cool, man. So you're still doing the comedy shows?
Yep. I just finished my last one at Utica Brews. I got some other stuff. I'm working with Phil quite a bit during the winter. And right now I think I'm going to probably take a step back from actually performing and be more of a organizer and promoter. Stick to that. It's just in the last couple of years, the Utica comics, like when I first started, it seemed like there was like a couple dozen of us, and now it's down to like there's 5. Like a lot of the ones either are too big for their britches, or they just didn't think they were at the level, so they just gave up. There's quite a few of them just gave up, and I've been trying to get some of them to come back up and at least give it a try, because they were good. They just needed to harness their skill of what they need to.
I find it's a tough gig. I mean, like being in a band, I mean, you got other people in that band with you, so they're doing, experiencing it at the same time. Being a stand-up comedian, you're up there alone, and you don't have music to back you up. I mean, there's no way to cover up. You fuck up. Everybody sees you. You're up there alone, and I don't know if I could do it.
What the first time
I give you guys credit,
it was horrendous. Like I did perform. The first time I performed, I was 21. I was at the Tram. The fact that the Tram was open 9 years ago shocks me. But I was at the Tram, and the first time I went up, I thought I had like 10 minutes of stuff I was going to talk about. I was up there for about 30 seconds. Did my one joke. It failed, and everything just disappeared. I blanked on everything, and then I'm like, well, I forgot everything, so have a good night, and walked off stage. I looked like a total ass, and as I was walking off, I'm like, I need to get better at this. And that's when I knew if I wanted to be a comedian or not, because almost every other person says I'm never doing that again, but I knew it when I walked off stage. I'm like, fuck that, I'm getting better at this. And that's what kind of got me towards working on cruise ships, and then started like working with different venues. And
you worked on cruise ships?
Oh yeah.
Where at?
I worked with Princess Cruise Lines from 2011 to 2014. I worked on the Coral Princess exclusively, Alaska, Panama, and like the trip around back and forth.
Doing comedy?
I was a little bit of everything. I did comedy, but they gave me the jokes, which was horrendous.
So it's like the Oscars,
Kind of, yeah. The jokes they would work. Like I would get. That's part of the reason why I loved comedy so much while I was working on ships, because the jokes they gave us did work for all these people that were on board that were listening to me. They were laughing at these corny jokes, and I was like, I can write better jokes than this. And when I got home, I decided it's time to step up my game, and I got in contact with Phil and Larry and some of the other comedians in the area, and I just slowly built my brand.
I think being handed the jokes kind of in a way, though, would be a good training. Well, working on your delivery, the jokes that like they know will go over, but like, how you deliver it. And then it gives you a chance like, okay, well, this crowd liked that joke. Really, I thought that was stupid. And you're like, I could write a better joke, but it worked, So, they keep it on that, like usually those cruise lines, they keep it very even keel, not too...
It's very clean, which that was one of the reasons why I wanted to get away from it. Like, I'm still probably the cleanest comedian, or one of the cleanest. Will Phillips is really clean as well. But in our local area, I'm one of the cleanest comics. And that's, of course, like comparing to my roommate who has the F-bomb in every word he says. But
Oh, and it's so awkward though. Like sometimes I've been to these clubs and man, and they'll be sitting there talking about blasting on somebody's face and like all this like raunchy stuff.
Do that.
And you're like,
at all.
And then you look and there's like an 80-year-old couple just sitting right there, and you're like, dude. Or you're out there with like your mom and somebody else, and you're watching the show, and you're like, dude, this is like really awkward.
If I get in a situation where I feel I'm uncomfortable with a certain like subject I'm talking about, and I notice there's someone in the audience that's not like someone I want to talk about, that kind of shows how good I am, where I learn to maneuver my words and say something differently that won't offend the person but still makes the joke funny. And if you can on the fly do that, that really kind of shows what level you're at. And there's some other comedians who just don't give a shit and will just say whatever they want anyways. I'm not like that. I get super paranoid. Anxiety happens quite a bit with me. So when that happens, a couple weeks ago, I could tell there was a priest or reverend or something. They had that little white tag in between. I'm like, oh, well, this is going to be great. And I have a joke about...
Was he winking at you?
He may have.
I mean, you look young, so I mean...
Oh, sure. Thank you. I'll ride that compliment for a couple weeks. There was there was a priest, and I just... So I had a joke about death and funerals and stuff like that. So I had one thing I talked about how, like, I don't understand why caskets go in the ground. Like, there's a good place and a bad place. Why are we putting our dead closer to the bad place? And I just took that one bit out and just talked about angels instead. And the priest laughed, and I was okay with it. So you have to learn. Some people would have just gone into it and hoped to offend the person. I want that person to come back to one of my shows. So,
did you ever like start a joke and then like look and see somebody like that you were like, oh shit, I'm gonna totally offend him, but you're like halfway in the joke and now you don't know how to like?
I have a joke about gay queens.
Oh.
And I guess that means the same thing.
Unless you're talking about like an actual queen.
I have a joke about the word sriracha. Because it's actually a Thai chili sauce. Like, we've all know what sriracha is. And I don't think it sounds Thai. It sounds Latin, like a gang of gay queens. And when I said that, as I was saying gay, I looked over and there was like two guys holding hands. And I was like, oh, this is going to be... And they laughed. So it depends on... I definitely get nervous over that kind of stuff, but...
Do you know who Bob Levy is? Comedian?
Yeah.
He was playing over at Fat Cats one time, and he just starts breaking his kids' balls and calling them gay and stuff, like breaking his balls about calling them gay. Turns out the guy was actually gay. And he's just like looked at him, he's like, are you serious? And he's like, yeah, I'm really gay. And he's like, oh shit, I feel like an asshole. You know, you're like completely turned a joke right around on him.
Did you work at Fat Cats?
No, I just hung out there a lot. They were my client.
Oh, okay.
When I worked for Fox TV.
I always wanted to go there. Like, I went there once with my mom to pick up my dad when he went to a show. I was too young at the time to go. So, like, I'm only 30. So, like, I missed out on all the fun stuff over at
Fat Cats was a cool place. You know, I used to work for Frank over at Tony's, and I worked for Keeler, and so it was just like perfect marriage. And so I handled a lot of their advertising. So it was a great place, man. This town misses that venue. It really does.
I like what Phil's doing with having like the traveling comedy club and stuff, and not like us having our own little venues and stuff like that, like with me at Brews or the Tram or Wakely's or wherever. And but like I would kill to have like an actual comedy club in the area, because all the comedians in the area, like local and out of the area, like Syracuse or Rochester, we are just dying for more places to like call our own.
And they were bringing in some good names like Jim Florentine and from Crank Anchors and that metal show, and what's his name? Eddie Murphy's brother there. He was on the Chappelle show. Eddie Murphy's brother.
What?
Yeah, he was on the Chappelle show. Charlie Murphy. And so Charlie Murphy was there. They had they would bring the Bob Levy. Bob Levy was so funny. So he'd bring a lot of really good acts there, and it's a shame to see it go away. I was hoping that somebody else would take the ball and run with it, but it's tough. I get it in this area. Like, you know, it's hard to find music venues.
Yeah. And like me being in the scene in that aspect, like all the music in this area, like there's some some of the best musicians I've ever heard are right here in Utica. But the problem is they're never going to go anywhere because there's no way to market themselves.
Well, I think it's a little differently though now because we do have YouTube and Facebook and things like that, so they can get outside the area instead of just playing live. You know, so there are other ways that they can promote themselves. But you're right though, the venues definitely need to be more what's the word I'm looking, patient with some of these acts. I mean, I say it all the time. Z had several bands in there, but Ryan Monteblue, like, he played in front of 3 people. Now this guy's torn up and down the coast, all over the world, and just crushing it.
Ryan Quinn from the Voice, he started the open mic at Utica Brews.
Oh, really?
Years ago. This is like maybe a couple of years before I started. Like
another amazing talent.
Yeah, it's just like maybe that's the thing. Maybe I just need to give up and go try America's Got Talent or something. Like, what the hell? Let's give this a try. I always hear how it's all fake and everything, but all I need is that one clip of someone hearing one of my jokes and loving it, and then boom.
Yeah, but you see, I feel like that's fool's gold.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone thinks, I'll just make it on these talent shows, and then like when that doesn't work out, where do they go? You never hear from them again, and that's it. And like I feel like like Dave Grohl said, the people who make it, the guys out there on the streets, like doing it like this is their life. They're out there pushing every single day, trying to get in the clubs, trying to like just work on the side of playing in the street, like right on the side of the street, or playing in the subway station or wherever, just taking every opportunity to just get out there and play, and honing your craft and getting more and more people to listen to who you are, your music, your art. Speaking of music, Saturday, October 13th, Trip Fest 2 with it happens back at JCC. That's the Jewish Community Center on Oneida Street. It's over there in South Utica. Thunderwatt, Crazy Fools, and the 315 All-Star Tribute to the Grateful Dead are featuring members of Uncle Fester, Groove Garden, Slug, and Esther are all playing. Now, just added is Kate Devin. She's amazing. She's a great
that's
talent.
One of the girls I was talent in the area. She was one of the ones I was talking about. She's one of the best in the area.
She's great.
So young, too.
She's so young, insane. Still learning, still honing her craft, trying to go a whole different route. And so it's really cool that she's added to this bill. And then also the return of Taurus, the band Taurus. I mean, you're probably way too young to hear Taurus. 24 years they've been on hiatus. So they're coming back for this event, for Trip Fest 2, in honor of Vinny Morial, Captain Trip himself. All the proceeds, partial proceeds will benefit Laney's Armies. Tickets are $10 and $15 at the door. $10 in advance, $15 at the door. So it goes to benefit the Laney's Army. And Trip Fest is brought to you by Disruption Network, Doughboys Barbecue, Priceless Inspections, Saranac Brewery, Dr. Scott Delmenico, and Donato Appraisal Services, which is Frank, our awesome landlord here. So that is happening on Saturday, October 13th. We did it last year. It was an amazing event. We did it on a Thursday and crushed it. So this year is going to be on a Saturday, so I imagine it's going to be even bigger and better. They got you can pick through Captain Tripp's personal treasures, which he had everything put in storage. So everything from his shop. So they had beads, T-shirts, all kinds of trinkets, things like that. Last year, people went through and just made a donation. So they got assured they made a donation for it. And so all kinds of cool stuff, beer glasses, you name it was in there. So we're bringing out more of his shit, putting it out there, and just some really cool stuff out there. So we're going to have beer, we're going to have wine, food trucks, and local artist displays. So it's Saturday, October 13th, JCC, Trip Fest 2. So just had to get a little love out there. We're talking about bands and want to make sure people want to catch up some really good acts. They should...
I'll make sure I don't book anything, at least on my part.
Yeah, there you go.
I do need one more date. I think it's going to be either the first weekend of October or the last one, whatever Saturday it is. I'm going to be doing something over at the Brews.
Nice.
Tame the Giant. I'm trying to get them. They're one of the local bands. They actually got the tram to shut down to come watch the show for them, which was huge. I don't even know if the tram's still open right now.
Tame the Giant?
Tame as in Tame, the Giant. They're a local band. They're actually really good. They won my talent show that I ran last year or last summer. And they won. They did great.
And where are they playing?
I'm gonna have them perform at Utica Brews next month. I don't know what date yet. They messaged me earlier and haven't got back, so still trying to figure that out. Chicken, do you believe in ghosts?
I do.
Why?
I've seen them. I've seen ghosts.
What do you mean?
I grew up in a haunted house, and I seen ghosts.
Okay. Like, did they, like, high-five you, or?
No, they were just staring at me. So I woke up in the middle of the night, and there was a ghost staring at me.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Is that, like, the only experience you've had, or?
No, since then, I've kind of been aware and felt their presence.
Really? Okay, because I call total bullshit. Not on you, but just in general. My roommate, Larry, does investigations. They went to the Rucker Mansions recently, and I want to check one of these things out. Like, I love this kind of stuff for, like, in media. Like, I love watching, like, horror shows and, like, ghost hunting and all this stuff, and I'm really interested. But every person I've talked to is like yourself. It's like, oh, absolutely, or nah. And I feel like I'm in the middle.
You need to talk to. I don't care about ghost hunters. I don't watch any of this shit. I don't believe that. It's all stuff that can be faked. And if you're gonna want to see a ghost, don't go searching, because you're gonna find something you don't want to see. But I will say you need to talk to Visions by Keith. We've had him in here a few times, and this guy blew me away. Scary, scary shit. I mean, he will talk to the dead. Yeah.
So he's a medium?
Yeah.
I don't. I've watched enough Supernatural, the TV show, to know that's how, like, demons come out. So,
he does some freaky shit. So, yeah, if you're interested in that stuff, you go see Visions by Keith. We're going to try getting back in here and do some more readings.
It's always interested me. Like, when I was a kid, like, I've always felt like things were pretty boring. I've told this before, but there was this time when I was a kid, my dad was on the phone, like an old style corded phone, like the spiral corded and everything. And he was on the phone. I was pissed off he was on the phone, so I took my hands and tried to, like, smack the cord so he would talk to me. And I saw my hands go through the cord. So I think supernatural stuff can happen.
I've seen things where I'm just sitting there and all of a sudden the roll of paper towels just unravel by themselves.
Gravity, Jesus, man.
It never happened at any other house I've ever been to, but it would happen all the time at this one house.
Oh, really?
And never seen it happen again. So yeah, I had a lot of freaky shit happen. But actually, we're gonna have to get out of here. It's after 5.
Oh, geez. Oh, sorry, man. Sorry, I had to come here so late.
No, it's glad you came in. Our other guests didn't make it. So
yeah, no worries. I'm gonna be going on the overtime list, so it's gonna be kind of horrible soon. But yeah, when I can, I'll try to.
Yeah, definitely got to come back in. You know, when you got more. You know, you're doing a lot of promoting stuff too. Yeah. You come out here and let the D do some promoting for you.
Sure, free promotion's great.
Absolutely. We like to do our thing here and like help everybody out. But actually, stay tuned. I'll be back on in about 50 minutes with the D line. Joining me with Sil and Caleb and. I don't even know who our guest is. Bonanza. His name is Bonanza. I guess he has a football podcast that he's doing. So we want to get his point of view and see what's up with him. So I'll see you in about an hour, guys. Have fun. Bye.
The following is a presentation of Disruption Networks.
So you just bought your dream home, and now it's time to move. Let's face it, nobody likes to move. All the packing, unpacking, lifting, upstairs, downstairs, and broking everything, including your back. Let the professionals at EJA Moving Company take all the stress and pain out of your move. Competitively priced moving, relocation services, office moves, and complete packing and unpacking services. They work with everybody to make it simple and easy for you to move and relocate. Call EJA Moving Company at 315-335-0516. When it's time to relocate, have EJA Moving do all the work for you. Hit them up online, ejamoving.com.
Hey, Disruption Network. This is Mike Sacco, the general manager at Nye Volkswagen of Rome. If you don't know me by name, it's only because you have not received the best deal. There's only one reason to leave Utica, and that's to come see me in Rome and get the best deal on your next new, pre-owned, or certified VW. Mention that you heard this ad from Disruption Network and receive $250 off your next vehicle purchase. You'll know why our customers say, I love my Nye VW. Come see us at 5865 Rome Taberg Road in Rome or visit us online at nyvwofrome.com.
Join us Saturday, October 13th as Disruption Network and Doughboy Barbecue presents Trip Fest 2 at the Jewish Community Center, 2310 Oneida Street in Utica. A night to pay homage to Vinny, Captain Trip Moriel. Utica icon, yo! Come pick through all Capital Trip's personal treasures, local artist display, food from Doughboy Barbecue, beer, wine, and live music. Bands include, after a 24-year hiatus, the return of Taurus, Kate Devin, The Crazy Fools, Thunderwatt, and a 315 All-Star tribute to the Grateful Dead. Tickets are $10 in advance and $15 at the door. Partial proceeds to benefit Laney's Army. Doors open at 6 o'clock. Taurus kicks it all off at 6:30. It's Trip Fest 2, Saturday, October 13th. Trip Fest 2 is sponsored by Nye Volkswagen of Rome, 92.7 FM The Drive, Priceless Inspection, Donato Appraisal Services, Dr. Scott Domenico, and Saranac Brewery.
The Property Sisters of the Mohawk Valley was born when three top producing agents with over 25 years of combined experience selling real estate joined forces to take real estate to the next level. We practice with honesty, integrity, and the knowledge to help make the buying and selling process easy and stress-free for all of our clients. We pledge to always make our clients our top priority from start to finish and even after the house is closed. We will always be a valued resource for information and assistance for our buyers and sellers. Our customers over the years have become not only past clients, but great friends. As we join hands together as the Property Sisters of the Mohawk Valley, we look forward to serving our clients and our community and making a positive difference. You can reach us at 315-601-9630 for all of your real estate needs.